This video was produced by The Top Cut. Be sure to check out thetopcut.net, your home for Pokemon TCG tournament coverage, professional game analysis, and interviews with the best players in the world. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, this is Pooka bringing you another game I played on the Pokemon trading card game Online. Now I apologize, this game is extremely old, and I've been meaning to do it for quite some time. But I figured it was so good that it deserved being looked at, and it deserved some attention. So, here we go. I believe this is actually before the release of Noble Victories, so that's how old this game is. But, still pretty entertaining, and you can see it's so old that I still have my female avatar. And I actually know my opponent. His name is Noe. He's from Arizona. Cool guy. I've known him for a while. So this is going to be a fun match no matter what. And of course, this is from Bad Deck Monday. So this is my Audino deck. And the whole point of my Audino deck is to use Electrode Prime's Energy Might, blow it up, get a bunch of energy on it, and then use Powerful Slap. So that is the entire basis of my deck. Charge up, one Audino, Powerful Slap your way to victory. And yeah, that's about it. Try to flip heads. Now you'll see my opponent is playing a Stage 1 deck, which has Yanmega, and it looks like Weavile as well. Shuffles in Yanmega. Now the one thing we're hoping he doesn't have is Donphan, because Donphan, well, as you can see, Audino is weak to fighting. Donphan has quite a bit of hit points, and for one energy, he can knock out Audino. So you get a good look at Audino here. You can read Powerful Slap. Also look at the nice cool background on Audino. It looks like my opponent is going straight for Cleffa. Good for me, you know. Maybe I'll get a quick prize that way. Hopefully he doesn't play Donphan, but I don't know if he does or not yet. He did mulligan, but I don't believe he showed me a Donphan. So, still not sure what he's playing. Usually there's a third Stage 1 that comes with this when there's a Weavile and a Yanma. It's either Chinchino, Zoroark, or Donphan, and I'm hoping it's not Donphan. So here we're going to start off with a dual ball. Now, of course, I did turn on the coin flip animations for this game because Audino involves a lot of flips. There's the first Heartbreaker, 0 for 2 on dual ball, but that's okay. I'll play a research record, and you know there's not really a whole lot I want there. There is the double colorless, which I will attach this turn, just because it'll allow me to get an extra flip for Powerful Slap. Maybe knock out this Cleffa this turn. So, I will Charon to draw 3, and you know, not another basic. So it's a little scary. He could pull off some crazy Yanmega double plus power knockout here. Or even something like a Bouffalant with a double colorless would knock me out. But I'm just going to attack anyway, go for the Cleffa, get a knockout, and we'll take the quick lead. Now if he does have a Yanmega here, it's going to be scary because, well, I will probably get knocked out and I'll need another basic as soon as possible. As you can see, I have 4 supporters in my hand, but no way to get another basic. No other basic in my hand. That research record I hoped would get some junk cards out of the way so I could draw into a basic, but it didn't. And he'll actually Weavile and Claw Snag here. I get to discard a card from my hand, but honestly, when you look at that, what one card can you discard there? He decides to go for the Rescue Energy, which probably was the best choice. You know, I have 4 supporters. Discarding one of those probably isn't going to make a difference. 2 of them are Juniper. 2 plus powers. Those really aren't going to do much. And if he discards the Psychic, I can get that back with Jirachi. So he decides to discard the Rescue Energy, which was probably the optimal choice there. I have to commend him on that one. I don't think he could have made a better choice on that one. So we do see a Junk Arm grabbing Communication, and he does have that Yanmega as well. We'll see if he can match my hand size. It's now at 7, and uh-oh, there is Donphan, my mortal enemy. So Donphan, of course, he is a fighting type, and there's Phanpy. So for 1 energy, Earthquake will knock out my Audino. And then he has 120 hit points in that Exoskeleton Pokebody, which reduces damage by 20. So Audino, not a big fan of Donphan. You know, even if I tank all my energy onto 1 Audino and start knocking stuff out, all it takes is a Donphan with 1 energy to stop the Audino train from rolling on. So that's unfortunate, but oh well. Now I have a choice to make here. I can Juniper or Copycat. I would not Charen here, that would be a silly idea. I would probably go with the Juniper in this case, just because I need to draw a basic at all costs, so I don't want to shuffle cards in. I need to draw a basic to survive. But I do decide to go for Copycat, because the other problem is, if I discard all those supporters, there's a good chance that I just lose anyway. I won't be able to draw any more supporters for the rest of the game. And here is another dual ball. Get Tails, and another Tails. This is not good news for me. I'm actually going to have to retreat and Eek now, which is not what I wanted to do this turn. But in order to just survive and stay in this game, you saw how bad my hand was. I do need to retreat and Eek, and kind of hope to recover, because that was really ugly. Nothing I can do about that. And my Cleffa does wake up. Now I'm left with just that Audino with just 1 energy on it and 70 damage already. So that is pretty much going to be knocked out at some point. And then I also have Cleffa. Things are going well. Even if I were to put down a Voltorb, Yanmega's linear attack could attack it for 40 and just knock it out. So Electrode, probably not the best option at this point, but that's really the only thing I have to work with in this deck, is to blow up Electrode and attack with Audino. So I'm going to do everything I can, but that Donphan that he just evolved into, he's going to be public enemy number 1. We need to target him down. I am fortunate enough to have a catcher in my hand in case I just want to go for it and knock him out. But I think in these next few turns, I'm just going to get attacked quite a bit and get knocked out over and over and over. There's no real way around it. You know, Audino doesn't start doing damage until you get a bunch of energy on it. And he's already got attackers up. He decides to knock out my Audino with the rescue on it, which is good for me that I had a rescue, because, you know, I get to just get it back in my hand, and now I have some more basics. I'm not as pressured as to lose the game right now as I would be if I only had 1 bench Pokemon. So I am going to catch her and just bring up Donphan. You know, he's probably going to come up anyway, but I just want to make sure I can't get linear attacked, and I want to make sure if he's knocking me out that he is going to damage his own Pokemon as well. And here I do play a Copycat. Doesn't really get me too much stuff. I'm probably going to have to Eek once again. And I'm hoping to stay asleep here. That way if he doesn't have a catcher, I will pretty much buy myself a turn. He can't attack the bench with Donphan. That's only Yanmega that can do that. And there we go, I stay asleep. So I'm just going to hope no Pokemon catcher this turn and see where we can go from here. Now Donphan, of course, is the scary Pokemon, so I wanted him active anyway in case it's just there. I can attack and go for it, try to knock him out. Because once I knock out Donphan, Audino can actually deal with this other stuff pretty well. Yanmega, he's going to knock out Audino in 2 hits. Not a big deal. If I can get enough energy on Audino to knock out this Donphan, I might have a chance to come back. But right now, I am behind a prize. I'm certainly going to be behind 2 prizes, maybe 3 by the time I knock out Donphan, and I actually might not ever knock out Donphan. I mean, it's got 120 hit points, and I have 0 energy on my field right now. So, nothing I can really do. So here, I am going to Junk Arm. Not sure what I'm doing here. Getting a Dual Ball. I realize I need 2 Voltorbs on the field, I guess. So I'm going to Dual Ball to get me a Tails. Another Tails. Dual Ball is not my friend this game. And I will just have to Juniper. And alright, I was hoping to get a Voltorb anyway. And I got 3 of them. So, great. A little more than I expected. But that's okay. I guess I really like Voltorbs in this deck. And there we go, another double Tails on Dual Ball. I believe that brings me at 0 for 8. Maybe I got 1, I'm not sure. But a lot of Tails so far, and that's not good. So, Dual Ball is not my friend, but it's alright. We're going to Eek. Need a new hand here. I really needed to get 2 Voltorbs into play so 1 couldn't get knocked out, because I'm going to need to use Energy Might in order to get a bunch of energy onto Audino and use Powerful Slap for enough damage to knock out Donphan. Because if I don't knock him out in 1 hit, then I just get knocked out, and that's just going to be the end of the game. So, here he has 3 energy on his Donphan now. Goes for a Crushing Hammer. That would have been scary, but he gets a Tails. thankfully. There's another Crushing Hammer, another Tails. I guess this is the game of Tails. Nobody really has anything going for him. Now, there's a Juniper for him, so he's going to be able to get a nice fresh hand of 7. He does discard 2 fighting. I'm sure he's just looking for a catcher here. He doesn't want to knock out Cleffa because that's going to be a free linear attack prize later, but it looks like he did not get any sort of junk armor catcher. So that was a victory for me. Now here is a dual ball. Hey, I got a heads and a tails. So here I'd be able to go ahead and use my good old Jirachi and Shaman combo. And honestly, I should be able to load up a lot of energy this turn. I have Research Record in my hand. I have Communication if I need to get an Electrode. I have Twins as well. And so I'm going to use Jirachi's Stardust Song to get Psychic Energy from the discard pile. Hopefully. Let's see, there's a Tails. Alright, we got a Heads and 2 Heads. So there's 2 energy. And then you use Shaman's Celebration Wind to move the Psychic Energy off of Jirachi onto Audino. So here I am just going to grab an Electrode with my Twins and then a double colorless so I can attach that. And with this Research Record, I should be able to arrange some energy on the top of my deck and then use Energy Might pretty efficiently. Now I will be behind, oh boy, that's not pretty, but one of the glitches on PTCGO is that you have to choose at least 1 card for Research Record to put back on the top, which is unfortunate. So I would rather just put all 4 on the bottom to improve my odds of, you know, getting energy on the top, but it's not a big deal. I will Junk Arm Research Record again. I have accepted that this is my all-in play. I really have no choice but to go for this, and I'm gonna play my hand down to 0, realizing I need to do everything to knock out this Donphan, and there we go. We're gonna tank this Audino, and we're gonna go for it. We got 1, 2, 3 energy from the Energy Might. Let's see, that means we have 5 on him right now. We're going to get 7 after this double colorless, and we can do 2 more with that Shaman if we really need to. And I'm going to do that. I mean, why not? I need everything I can to knock out this Donphan. I need 4 heads to knock him out thanks to that Exoskeleton Pokebody. So we're going to have 9 flips here. We're down 3 prizes, but we can do this. We can come back. Audino has to do it by himself, though. And here we go, powerful slap. We need 4 heads. There is 1. Alright, that's good. 2. We're on the right track. 3. Alright, things are looking up. Maybe all those tails are coming around. And there's 4. We already got enough. But it looks like we got 5. And looks like we got 6. And it looks like we got 7. Whoa! We're up to 8. And that is 9 straight heads. 340 damage to that Donphan. And he says, oh, I didn't even realize it was you. And Audino indeed is getting his revenge. And alright, I got a supporter off my prize. And he's just laughing now. Seeing how much his Donphan got dominated by Audino. 340 damage. That is incredible. Audino really coming back at him with a vengeance. And yes, he is avenging his fallen brethren. Alright, so we're still down 2 prizes, but there is another Phanpy. Are we going to be able to come back? You know, I have a 1-card hand. He might not be able to match the hand size. And if he doesn't, he won't be able to use Yanmega's Insight, which would be able to let him attack this turn. Now he does have a Communication. I'm not sure what he's going to go for. You know, he could have gone for a Weavile, actually, to discard the 1 card in my hand, which happened to be an Oak's New Theory. If he would do that, then I would be pretty crippled. I wouldn't really have any options. But he decides to go for another Yanmega. Maybe he's trying to match my hand size. I don't know what he's trying to go for. I don't know what he has in his hand. If he doesn't have a Copycat or a Judge, there's really no way he's going to get down to 1 card. So he might have to pass this turn, which would be very helpful for me to try to come back. Now I'm just checking to see if I have any catchers and junk arms left. I need to catcher out that Phanpy and knock him out because, well, he is my threat. I need to get rid of him. Here we go. Here's the junk arm. Probably going to see a catcher, which is not what I wanted to see. You know, my Audino on the bench does have a 2 retreat cost. That's not cool. I won't have any way to really retreat it unless I get a double colorless or a switch. I don't know if there even is a switch in this deck, but that Audino is quite a liability, which is unfortunate. And I should have thought about that at some point. Benched one too many Audinos, but really, what can you do about it? Now, here we go. He does have a copycat, so that is very bad for me. He will be able to linear attack that Voltorb if he wants to get down to 1 prize, and then all he has to do is take 1 more prize, and the game's over. So, he knocks out the Voltorb, and I am in a lot of trouble. The one benefit for me is that he put himself down to 1 card. Now, that means he really can't do anything. If he doesn't have a supporter off those, well, 2 cards now, then there's no way he's really going to be able to do anything. I mean, he can't match my hand size. Of course, if he has a Donphan in those cards, then I'm going to lose, but there's really nothing I can do about that. So we're just going to go for it here, I guess. I don't have a double colorless or a switch to retreat, and we're powerful slap for 40. So, if later on I could use a Jirachi, could de-evolve that. I don't see that happening, but that's alright. Now, here is a Pokemon collector. If there are 2 basics left, he could match my hand size, but it looks like there's only 1 left. So he might not be able to attack this turn. And this is the problem I was saying. He won't be able to match my hand size unless he had a Copycat or a Juniper, Judge, something like that. But he's going to be stuck at 3 cards, so Yanmega's Insight will not activate. He will not be able to attack me with that. And it looks like he doesn't have a Donphan unless he's slow rolling me. Because if he had a Donphan, he would just Earthquake and win the game. So this game is not out of reach. I still have that fully powered Audino sitting on the bench. And I have a Twins, so who knows? I only have 5 cards left though, so this is going to get tough. You know, with 5 cards left, I really can't afford to use Twins. I need to take 4 prizes in 5 turns. So if I were to play the Twins, I have to take 2 cards, which means I would have to take 4 prizes in 4 turns, which is not good. So I'm just going to retreat, hope that he doesn't have another catcher, and go for the powerful slap. I need 2 heads here, and there we go. I got a little more than 2. I actually got 5. So that was great. And there's that junk arm I needed. Now I'll be able to catch out the Phanpy if I really, really need to. And I actually probably will choose to do that if given the option. And we are in a very close game, it would appear. Even though things were looking down, we fell behind, what, 3 prizes? And we're facing a Donphan deck with our Audino deck. We could win. And he's saying, stop it, this shouldn't happen. I was in firm control, and now this Audino's coming out and slapping down all my Pokemon. Now, it's really just going to depend on what he draws. How many supporters he has left. If he has a Pokemon catcher. If he has a way to match the hand sizes. And I'm just saying Audino is Exeggutor from the past. For those of you who played all the way back when Fire Red Leaf Green was out, there was an Exeggutor with the exact same attack as Audino. And there was a deck based around him. So, this is a really fun deck to play, a lot of coin flips. It looks like he'll play a Seeker. I don't know why he did that. Looks like he's picking up his Yanmega. That won't allow him to match hand sizes, unfortunately. It does allow him to pick up that damaged Yanmega. So there's something, but it also allows me to use Shaman. So if he were to catcher out my Audino again, I would have a way to actually move all my energy to that. And then get around that whole catcher sticking my thing active problem. But here we go. I'm going to catcher out Phanpy. I need to go for this right now. You know, it's a difficult decision because if I catcher him, then he'll be able to match hand sizes. But if I don't catcher him and he gets a Donphan, I lose. So this is a really tough choice. You know, Junk Arm, it's going to make me go down. Let's see. You know, I'll grab the catcher. Do I want to play it, though? If I play it and bring out Phanpy and knock it out, then I will be at 5 cards after I take a prize. he'll be at 5 cards at the start of his turn. So I don't really think I can afford to do this, but what I'm going to have to do is Twins, and I will just grab, doesn't really matter what I grab, because actually it matters. I don't want to grab the communication in case he has a Weavile, because I might need that to shuffle cards back in, but I played the Twins there because I calculated, okay, I will have just enough cards to pull this off if I Twins and grab 2 cards, and I need to avoid Yanmega's Insight. So here we go. This is not looking good. I'm 0 for 4 on flips. I need 2 heads here. It's 0 for 5. There's 1 heads. Uh-oh. You can get really lucky or unlucky with Audino and... 6 tails? Oh, okay. We got a heads. So, we do knock out Phanpy. Things are still in reach. We just have to hope he doesn't top deck anything. That's going to be our only hope here. Got 2 cards left. I need 2 prizes. So, will he top deck something to win the game? If he gets a supporter, he'll probably win. There's another Phanpy. Uh-oh. And he puts down Sneasel as well. He might have a supporter this turn. That would be really unfortunate if he top decked something this turn. Evolves to Yanmega. Let's hope that he didn't draw anything. What does he have? Oh, he has a Judge. Alright, so he will be able to attack me this turn, which is really unfortunate. You know, he didn't really have many cards left. And I know he top decked that Judge, otherwise he would have played it last turn. So I said he's so lucky. You know, if he didn't top deck that turn, it would have been a pretty big deal. But he's going to Claw Snag. Surely he'll take the Shaman. I don't know what else he would take. Maybe the Twins. I don't really know. Gonna be a tough choice. It actually doesn't matter if he takes Twins. Anything I want, I could just Oak's New Theory for. There are so few cards in my deck that I would just draw whatever I wanted, pretty much. So, he would be better off taking Shaman, I think. That would be the best choice in this situation. And then he could actually trap me in the active spot with a catcher if he got rid of my Shaman, because we've already seen my deck. I don't have enough energy left to get my Audino out of the active, but he decides to take the Twins. Lucky for me. I mean, there's no way for him to know what's left in my deck. But if he took Shaman and then played a catcher on my Audino on the bench, then I would lose. I would have no way to really attack him in time to win, and that would be that. So, here I just pretty much have to attack and pray. You know, I have 3 cards left in my deck. I just have to pray he doesn't have a supporter to match my hand size, or a Donphan and an energy. If he has either of those, I'm going to lose. If he does not have either of those, though, I will probably win this game. We can make a big comeback with Audino here. This is really down to the wire. I'm going to be able... Let's see, I'm considering using Heal Pulse, which would heal 50 from me. But then... and then he wouldn't be able to match... Actually, he would be able to match my hand size, so that's why I wouldn't do that. If he couldn't match my hand size, then I would do that. And alright, powerful snipe. We had just enough. 3 out of 9. And there's a double colorless. This surely will come down to this turn. What's going to happen here? Does he have a supporter to match my hand size? Does he have a way to knock out Audino? Or will Audino make the comeback and... Oh, there's another Judge. We were so close. We tried so hard. We got so far. But, in the end, looks like we're going to lose. So, this one Audino went all the way. It made a 4-prize swing. We were so close to winning. We're beating the Donphan deck. And there's the heartbreaking Judge at the end. We lost, but it was a valiant effort and a very fun match, no doubt. So, Audino was the MVP. We dished out 900 damage with our Audino, but that's all there is to this story. Depressing loss, but hey, that's just the game. So, thanks everybody for watching. That was just a fun game that I wanted to share. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this has inspired you to believe in the power of Audino. And I will have some more videos up shortly, so be on the lookout for those. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.